Stepmania. And then that's it. Alright, so I've got a player file still. Alright. Alright, not too bad for a warm-up. Oh, that's weird. I'm not too sure what happened there. I know that Mina released a... Did they link the right version of Eterna to you? This link. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm going to give you a remedy. Go to below my video to where it says theme. Download the Stepmania version with the link for the GitHub. It should be there. I'll even post it in chat. Download 0.54.1, the Stepmania Eterna installer.exe. It's 72.2 megabytes. And it could potentially be the wrong link, but this is the one that I'm running, and it does work for me. So if that's what you're looking for, is something that's working, and you have the evidence in front of your face, I'd say go for it. I ain't gonna troubleshoot. I ain't gonna troubleshoot no other link. This is the one that works for me. How's it going, Roku? Alright, so we're going to open up your file on ddream. Gotta move this keyboard again. Hold on. No, not the repository. Scroll down a little bit. to where it says 0.54.1 pre-release, and then a little bit further down there where it says downloads, it has the Stepmania Eterna 0.54.1 installer.exe, and it says 72.2 megabytes. Okay. Just had a decent zombie session and settling down before bed. Very nice. We're working on sim files tonight. And I wonder if that one guy came back on the Reddit. It doesn't look like it. Poopy. Okay. Do I delete what I downloaded? Yeah, just delete what you downloaded before. You don't have any anything invested in it. Alright. Let's see here. I'm going to open Dream Studio eventually, as soon as I figure out where I put it. Okay. Very nice. And we're going to open skrek's file. And we're doing an in-depth kind of review. The way that I review files is live, and for the most part it involves me changing everything that I think that I can change into something that is better. Where the flip and flop did I put this file at? I think I just moved it, like, come on. Ultimate Ascension. I found it. So be prepared to just see video stuff for like the next, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes. Alright, so what I'm going to do is make sure this is all looking good. I'm going to copy everything that you have onto... Oh, okay, I crashed Dream Studio. Okay, well, that's what I get. That's what happens. We're going to try again. Ultimate Ascension. Copy. Okay, it's not going to let me change difficulty. But for why? Tools, Level Manager, Launch. Oh my god. I've never had this happen before, where it just won't let me do the thing. Why are you here? Yes. Okay, there. What did you do to the chart? What did you do? What is in there that's making it crash? Why is that doing that? It's this quad. There's something with that quad. Okay. I'm going to file, save as. We got the copy. We got the copy. Copy that. We got the copy. It didn't crash. Copy. We got the copy. You did something to this quad. I don't know what you did, but this quad broke Dream Studio, and it's all your fault. Alright, we're gonna hit I and we're gonna hit enter. So the first thing I'm gonna tell you is don't crash Dream Studio, otherwise I can't help you. Alright, so we're gonna lower the volume, Control Alt down to 20%. I don't know. I just don't know. Just don't do it again. Alright, so we're going to slow down the song to 0.7 speed, and we're going to listen to it for a little bit. Alright, this is a fine intro to the file, I think, but it could be a 30-second because it has a rolly sound to it. I'm going to increase the volume a little bit. And we're going to slow it down to 0.3 just so I can prove my point. 0.4, 0.5. It's actually going for pretty much this entire duration. So, but because it has such an emphasis on the crashing sound, we're going to just keep that one as a quad, and you could actually turn this one into 30 seconds. And that'd be pretty cool. You hear that? And then, if you listen here, let's turn assist take off. There's no sound there. This is off by actually, it's supposed to be a 16th note. You can see right here. So changing this one to a 16th would be better. And the reason we're doing it on a separate difficulty is so I can flip between the two after it's done, and you'll be able to see the changes. And you'll be able to maybe pick out a few more sounds, which is always good to keep your options available for whenever you're making a file. Now, everything that I'm doing here is just a suggestion for the most part. Like, you don't have to step every sound in a song for the most part, but it is a good idea to keep things layered consistently. So I'm going to continue looking at the file on my own difficulty, and I'm going to send it to you at the end, and hopefully you'll be able to see some various options. Now, something cool with this sound is you can put a 30-second here, and here, and here. And now we have a repeat of the quad sound from earlier, where there is a 30-second rolly sound. And this is just really adding a lot of variety to the file without making it too much more difficult, to be honest, because you do have a lot of hand stream in here and you have a lot of jump trilly patterns. So it's just things to take into consideration. This is something that you might want to do in your file. And there's another sound here. This is a very, very fast drum roll sound, but we're going to simplify it with just 30 seconds because going above 30 seconds requires a little bit more of I don't know, you could put 48ths, you could put 64ths here, but I think 30 seconds is more fun. Now we have actually more of this going on. So you could actually keep the 8th note here as well, because it is still doing the bum 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 bum. And these would be 12ths. And I think continue 12ths. And we're going to do 30 seconds here again. And I think this is 24ths, to be honest. Yeah, as long as you're playing it really slow, you'll be able to pick out all these sounds. And we're just 7 seconds into the file. You're making my file look bad. I'm sorry, bro. And it's important to focus on the slow parts of the file. They're just as important as the hard parts of the file. If you have a dull or boring slow part of the file where it's just straight 8ths, for example, it'll be a less interesting file overall. And then when you get to the meaty, very dense sections, it's good to focus on that because that's the meaty, very dense section, and you want to be really emphasizing the person's stamina whenever they're playing it. But when it comes to easy sections like this, having little bursts here keeps you focused on the song, and it like helps you, for the most part, just keep you interested in the file. It shows that there's like an extra layer of effort put in there. And now something that I'm not doing here is doing free zeros. For the most part, we're just kind of picking out sounds, and then when we play it back at normal speed is when it's a good time to pick out free zeros. Oh, excuse me, I got the hiccups. But that being said, in the intro of the file, I don't think there are any good layers to put free zeros to at the moment. This time I do hear a 16th here, which makes me kind of doubt beforehand where I said there's no 16th here. Right here. I kind of hear one like here and here, honestly. So something that we could do for that sound, because it's not very prominent, is you could actually put lines here, and it would just emphasize the sound that you can hear a bit more while still, whatchamacallit, still recognizing that there is like something going on right there. I guess you could put free zeros here, but we'll check that later. Again, this one would be on the 16th. And we're doing the thing with the thing. And I think this is actually a fine pattern to have. But overusing it can become dull. So keep this in mind. I actually like this. I like this free zero. And now we have to continue. Alright, so we've gotten the slow part down, which we have determined is very important to the file, especially opening the file up with interesting stuff. We're going to play this back at this speed. Alright. So that was a lot of work just for 10 seconds of the file, right? We gotta be focused on, you know, as much as we can to keep things as interesting as we can. Alright, let's see here. So we're going to do the next 20 seconds. Slow it down again to like 0.5. 0.5 is a really good speed to try and step to, because it's like not too fast, it's not too slow, and it's easy to pick out all of the sounds. We're going to turn Assist on so that we can hear better the sounds that are in between, even though we have the waveform on Dream Studio that tells me that there is actually a note that needs to be right there. So we're going to put one there. And we're going to put one here. Now, one thing I'm not too sure on is why we have jumps going on. So I'm going to take out all the jumps for this section until further notice. And then, I don't know why this is a thing. You missed a 16th note right here. in your roll. I'm sure it was an accident. I forgive you. But we're just going to fix that right up. We're doing no jumps because we're not sure why the jumps are there at all right now. So we're going to take them all out. And we're just going to focus on, are all of our 16th notes and all of our other notes going to be where they need to be. So doing a hand here is a good idea because it changes the section of the song and it lets you know that you're in for something else. Now you can hear 30 seconds here. We're going to keep that one simple. Here it's a little bit faint, but you can hear more 30 seconds going on. If I could figure out how to use this program. And this would be perfect to do in line with if you're doing 30 seconds for the first 10 seconds of the file. Jumps are great. We're going to add jumps in. Trust me. Trust me. We're going to do, there's a 30-second right here. Now, I hear 30 seconds again. And then I don't hear a 16th there, and I don't see one on the waveform. We can put a hand here. I know that's going to be a hand. And that's going to be a 16th. We're going to do a hand here. Break your fingers. I don't hear a 16th here. We're going to get that on the right hand. We're going to do that. You had almost the right idea here. You almost had this. So 30 seconds. So we're going to do a cool rolly pattern like this. This is fine to hit, trust me. Now, I don't think that this 30 seconds is actually present in the song. We're going to take it out. We're going to replace it with probably a jump trill. But Icy World, jump trills are your thing. No, they belong to everyone. They belong to the world. And we're going to close out this section with a cool free zero section is what you would like to do. I'm going to up the volume a little bit. It doesn't look like these are on sync. Delete. So I actually hear a sound like so we're gonna do something cool with that. We're gonna put that. And we're gonna go like that. And I'm actually going to really emphasize that part. Alright, now for that section, let's look at it from 10 seconds to 20 seconds. We still need to put jumps in. So we're through with making sure that all of the notes that need to be there are there, and now we're going to layer it correctly. On the bottom of the screen, this is seconds, and on the left is the BPM. We don't have measures in Dream Studio. We don't look at measures. We look at seconds. Alright, so now what I'm going to do here to help out with layering is I'm going to hit Control S, because in Dream Studio, if you don't save, there's a chance that it will crash and you lose all your progress. So we're going to go to another difficulty, and we're going to put one arrow every time we want to jump on the right arrow. I'm going to have a freeze arrow there. There's already a freeze arrow present. Wow, how did I know? And we're going to do this. And this is layering to the percussion that we hear on every single fourth note for the most part, with emphasis on this one particular area, which is actually kind of outstanding in the song, just a little bit. But we're going to recognize it because we're gentlemen. And now we're going to add another arrow, this time on the up, to emphasize whenever we want a hand. And lo and behold, we're going to run into an issue. Alright, so let's go back to our file. We want jumps on every fourth up to this section, where we were going to have that. So we're just going to put them in a way that is nice. Alright. Now let's see if I have anything that changes all the way up until that point. Alright, so we're going to put in jumps on all of these fourth notes. Alright, so this one needs to be a hand, but we have a 30-second roll at the same time. So you know that's going to be like, that's going to produce a jack like that. You could do this. It will add variety to your file. It'll add a little bit of difficulty, but a lot of people don't like hitting that kind of stuff, and I avoid it in my files, so I'm going to opt out of that. Now, we have a jump every eighth note, and we have a hand every fourth one, or every other fourth note. up until that point, and now that section is done. We're going to hit Control S because we want to save our progress. So now we have 20 seconds of the file completely revamped. Alright, so something I want to point out here, right here. We're going to up the volume a little bit. We're going to slow it down. You hear that? Just like that. This freeze would actually be on that one, but I think that it would be okay to have it there. I think this is a very tricky section of the file. You could keep it there, you could, but the hand has to go. Alright. So the layering here is actually correct, with the fourth notes being emphasized by jumps. And I'm a little bit dodgy on these yellow notes being here. Just want to take them out and see if it looks any better without them. Yeah, these guys. And then that one would actually be kind of cool to have. And then that one would definitely be there. Alright, so we're going to take out all of those. And then I hear, you can hear the other instrument coming in, so I think I'm going to keep it this way. And then I don't hear a 16th note here. And then there's no fourth note here, in fact. So it would be cool to have that. If you want a jack there, you can have a jack there. You have very mixed feelings about triplets. They're a very good tool to utilize in your file, especially this early on, because it allows you to have more breathing room to build into harder patterns. So you want to utilize all of your options. Like up here, we could have just done straight eighths, but we did 30 seconds, which kind of tells you that later in the file it's going to be kind of harder. And then with the triplets, it begins the building up process, and it kind of I just keep saying kind of. I hate myself. Okay, so the triplets allow you to build into harder patterns, which is nice. It's always nice to have lots of options. Plus they're fun to hit. So there's a sound on this blue arrow kind of like literally, like I just keep like totally doing that. So when you come across a sound like this and you're putting jumps on every fourth note, you could put a jump here. It wouldn't get as much emphasis as you would like, I don't think, most of the time. You could put a free zero there. I actually hear the sound that is supposed to be emphasized by this one coming up on this one and this one. So something cool we could do is something like that. But then you have this wow sound going on, and it would be a little bit more overpowering than this. So I think this would be a good option to have jumps on the eighth notes. And then there's no reason for that one to be there. And now that allows you to, again with breathing room, and still keeping it kind of hard, shift the free zero that was here to down here. Instead of on the sound that you were going to emphasize up here, it's going to be down here. And we're just going to make this a more comfortable pattern. This is a very sudden pattern right here. All of this wasn't here initially, but it could be. And we're going to take out that 30 second in favor of having, or that 30-second hold in favor of having an eighth note hold later, and more arrows. Alright, so I'd say this is a done section. Just removing the triplets allows it to be a little bit more cool. Let's lower the volume again. And now when you get to this section, it's way more intense. You don't like the idea of removing that hold in particular? Because if we remove the hold and replace it with these arrows, then it does the same job as what the hold was doing, but it does a better job at emphasizing what is really going on in the music. You could keep it. And then just have something like that. But then it doesn't have any build up into this sound, which is kind of cool, in my personal opinion. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to let you sit on that idea. And you can flip back and forth between it and decide for yourself. I just feel like it doesn't really fit well since it's like a rest mini build-up kind of thing. Yeah, we'll let you decide on that. Alright, so now the layering scheme here. Again, with what we were doing with 10 to 20 seconds, I'm going to probably remove all of the jumps and all of the hands. I'm probably going to redo this entire section. Yeah, I'm just going to redo it. All the way up to that point. This is more of a Not to say this section is done entirely wrong. The idea is right to have a very intense section right here, but the execution could be better. Alright, so we're going to do the same thing in here. I need to figure out where that end is. Alright, so we're going to have that and that. The beginning and the end. And then we're going to use this section here that I'm going to step as an example as for what to do for the rest of the file for the most part. So now let's figure out exactly what you were going for in this section with your arrows. Alright, so these eighth notes tell me that you were trying to emphasize the and it's more of a 16th swingy kind of a sound. But then it looks like you gave up on it around here. And having the fourth notes emphasizing the crashing sound on every fourth note is something that I think is worth trying to keep in there. Since the kick and wubs were more intense, I put hands. Exactly. Alright, and then it looks like you were trying to emphasize what was going on in this part of the song a little bit better than just putting straight hand stream through it. So let's give that a shot. Keep in mind that later on in the file, let's see here, you do this. And there's a lot of layering and consistency here too, but it looks like what I would want to go for up here. Alright, where are we? Where are we? Jump stream for the win. Alright. Have a good night, Roku. Alright. So I already know that I want to have hands on every fourth note. Shoryuken! Alright. And it's important to listen to it slow and listen to it fast. It's easy to pick out sounds at different speeds. Alright, so we've got that synthesizer going on crazy on the right arrow, just on the right arrow. Just trying to get that as emphasized to the point where I want it to be. And now I might not have room for all of that hand stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the hand stream the way that it should be, with cymbal crashes and the snare hitting at the same time. And typically it's on every other fourth note, so we're going to try and fit that in there. Alright. Now, same thing that we were doing up here with this thing. One note for a jump, two notes for a hand. This time I have one note for a jump on the right, and then a note for a hand on the left. Well, I'm trying to keep to the rhythm of what's going on with the synthesizer a bit more than I am the synthesizer. I'm trying to keep with the synthesizer more with the snare hit, the thing. But if I wanted to change that, I could. Easy. And I think I will do that. Alright. Yeah, words. I have no words. So we're going to allow the hands to shine a little bit better than the rest of the file. I swear I'm not just making up shit. This is actual jump stream layering strategies. And now not being the hardest section. I want the part where the main melody kicks it to be the hardest. Is there any possible way to redo that section or make the melody section harder? Yeah, just exactly how I had the idea to put in jump stream here for the thing. Just take it up. We're going to keep jumps on every single fourth at the very least. Alright, check this out. And this actually gives me a chance to better emphasize this section right here, which I will do. That's more reasonable. Take out some jumps, nice, lots of trills. Whoa, then slowed it. Sounds like a hardcore clip song like Gabber or something. I like that idea better, actually. Yeah, sometimes it's not so great to go all out. Like, I always go all out on all of my files and I just layer every single little thing. So this is a good thing to have. And now we can take this and make the patterns more friendly. Now, something I want to point out about that, am I at the end? Is that's my end marker. Okay, we're gonna cut and paste this one into my chart. Now, something to point out about this, that's mine, and then this is yours, right? Yeah, you can direct your file in any way that you like. I like to just have mine maxed out for the entire song for the most part. Now, something that's important to take note of is whenever this is happening. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to do your section. You always got to keep an eye out for that. Alright, so you saw how I layered in this jump stream and I was able to change it on the fly for the most part. Let's look at your section on 0.9 speed. Now let's look at my section. Like I said, before I even did anything, I was like, I'm just going to redo it entirely. It looks a little bit more like it's supposed to be, in my opinion. And then here, with the jumps on this and this in my section, listen to sound that you hear right there. You hear bum 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 bum. And now for this area, where you didn't do anything interesting for this sound, I decided to emphasize that. As a matter of fact, I could do this because it's going like bum ba dum. I think I'm going to keep it like that. And so on the red waveform, you can see clearly that there are 16ths still going right here. And this is actually fine, and this way is actually fine, but I do think that this 30-second has to be here in both instances because of, you see the red waveform, it's got the 30 seconds there. And it's also like really pronounced in the song, I feel. Alright, so that's the general idea for layering jump stream. Now, if I were to, you know, put this on another difficulty, I would have a hand, a jump, 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 a hand. Let's slow it down to like 0.5 so we can see that. And then here I would have a jump, a hand, jump, 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 jump. And that's just to keep tracking how you're stepping a jump stream consistently while still managing to dump out patterns really fast. So I could take this same example and I could go over it really fast and I would get a similar result. So this will help you out with stepping faster if that's something that you're interested in. I found this is a very good method that has worked for me. And then you would definitely want to listen over sounds like this, just to keep an eye out for anything interesting you can do. And this might even be a comfier pattern than what I had before. Wow, look how similar it is. There was actually a fair amount of arrows that were like just the same, right? But yeah, that's pretty much how that works. That's why I step with the arrow on the one on the right and stuff. Alright, so I think that first 40 seconds of the song is done. We're almost halfway there. I'm honestly just going to leave you with the first 40 seconds here. I feel like I've covered enough basics that you'll be able to take it and construct the file exactly however you want to make it. I'm just going to go over the rest of it and tell you what is what I think is kind of good, what is kind of bad, what needs to be changed, and I'll probably call that it. Yeah, anything more then what I've done now would just be reiterating, you know, like focus on the easy parts, focus on the hard parts, you know, just give it that extra little touch. Like this right here, I feel is going to be really cool to play, and it's like not so present here as it is here. Alright, so from 40 seconds onward is your file. I don't think that 24th is there. We're going to play at 0.8 speed. But I think that you can keep it because it does have a slidey sound to it. This one I feel like it would be better off as jump, 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 jump. And then like a hand. I just want to touch on pitch relevancy really fast. This would be a constantly descending sound. And there would be a 16th note here. If you take into consideration how a piano plays, you have the higher notes and then you have the lower notes. You have the higher notes on the right side and the lower notes on the left side. And in Stepmania, that can translate as rolly patterns like this. So you have a descending sound, a descending sound. I don't think the 16ths are here, but let's see. Something that's cool that you could do here is something like that. Emphasize the sound that's going on the fourth a bit more. Or I got it backwards. Alright, so since I got it backwards, just flip it. Emphasize the 8th notes. This arrow needs to disappear forever. This arrow needs to disappear forever. Again, going with well, missed another note here for your roll. It's kind of weird. This one could be potentially just a roll for the entire duration. I actually kind of like this idea. It adds variety. Not too many people do this particular thing. So this could be like you could keep this. I feel like you could keep this. These two need to disappear forever. Make that one a jump. Step the vocals. Something like that. You could even do the 16th notes here beforehand if you wanted. This is a very nice meaty section. I would very much advise not putting any hands here, except for, actually no, you know what, do whatever feels right for you in this section. This is you. This is all you, alright? But do take into consideration trying to keep it layered kind of consistently. If you're going to be emphasizing the synthesizer like it looks like you're going for, try to keep to that. And if you're going for a few hands here and there, you know, just put them wherever. I don't know why these hands are here, honestly. Oh, you did it here. You got this one right. It's not a... You did it right. I think this one is off by a bit. It's supposed to be more like that. You could put a 30-second. This is a 64th. I do not recommend. I like to keep things a little bit more simple for fun factor reasons. If you're going to do the vocal beforehand, you're going to do it again here. You could consider putting 30 seconds right here. I don't know why this is here. I feel like this is a really cool sound that's going on. And you could potentially have it be like this pattern, ending in a hand. Something like that would be cool. You could even have that 16th. Yeah, man. Now, what's going on here is boom, 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 boom. You could have I just kind of want to step this section really fast. You know, get it out of my system, right? Gotta get it out of the system. Boom. I'm just going to put that in. That's a really cool section. I feel like that could be like a highlight of the file. By the way, feel free to use everything that I've done for you in this section or this file so far. You know, just feel free to use it. Call it a collab if you want even. Or don't. I'll leave that up to you. Alright, so that section is done. I just feel like it could be like a lot. See here? See here? Keep an eye out for this. You got the thing, and then here it's just straight eighths. No, you don't even have to. Don't even, if you don't want to. Listen closely to this section of the song for like 30 seconds and small sounds, and also keep an eye out for any 16th notes that are missing while taking out ones that are not supposed to be there, like that and that, and that, for example. This section really has to go with the music. That one really has to. That one has to work. Yeah, man, you gotta keep an eye out for this. Gotta keep an eye out for that stuff, man. Just a throwback to the old 12th notes. There we go. Boom! Alright, I'm just going to send you this file. I'm not going to do anything else to it. You've seen a lot of things. I've said a lot of words. I've changed a lot of things. Feel free to put Shoryuken in the credits. I'm going to send it to you on Discord. Skrek made it originally, Icy World changed it, and therefore it's Shoryuken's file. That's just how this works. That's the way of the world. Alright. Yeah. Alright, man, we went over a lot of stuff, and it was only like half the file. One thing I will give you, though, is thank you so much for actually getting the sync correct. Like, you have no idea how happy I am that, like, you're able to get that. Being able to do that allows you to do everything else that I showed you today, like, a billion times easier. Also, it's a very, very badass song. I think if you really work on it, you could have like a really awesome file. I believe in you, bro. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if I can find my Discord now.